Let's just dive into it, shall we? Game number one. West Essex Knights over on the orange side. I should say on the blue side. Sorry, no, on the orange side, and then the Gryphons on the blue. I'm partially blind there, and let's see what these two teams are made of. Mitch, back on Sovereign Heights.
Yeah, I love the map. I was just about to mention. I don't know. It gives it this different vibe, and I think it's something that's necessary in Bracket League. Although some things never change, textbook demo on the side effects, and the captain will speak on the strat, but nobody will execute later. And there's a lot of pressure coming out of the Gryphons. Oh, this one I don't see a 10. This is a much speedier game than before, but like I can already tell from the few interactions we've seen in the first 30 seconds.
Oh, that's a nice trajectory for shootback, I should say. Not so nice a trajectory here for the two players who went for the ball, completely missed. And Sykes, left all on his lonesome, was always going to be at a disadvantage. That's 1-0 Gryphons, a really nice power play.
Oh, Justina in chat, responsible for the assist to open up the board here in the best of 7. Gryphons push into the corner. Justina will get bested in the challenge, and now the Knights have a chance to tie us up early in the meeting. Drop down by side effects, almost gets shred like a book, side to side. Justina tries to escape the pressure, clean up after the defense, but 1-0 lead. Plenty of shakiness out of the defense tonight. A lot of opportunities to tie us up.
Heading into the midfield. Side effects is going to lose out on that 100 boost. And Justina is going to get a piece of this, actually, and that falls more kindly for her than I think that she was perhaps intending, as no one except a teammate was on that side of the pitch. And so keeping possession for now, loses it now to Sykes 3000, and going in there was Curving Jester, not able to meet the ball. Still dangerous here, bumps around as Gryphons force back into their own half, but they recollect themselves nicely and transition into the orange side of the field.
First 90 seconds. Oh, Gryphons all game long so far, but the Knights are just hanging on by a thread. It seems like they're not as consistent on either defense or offense, but some lucky breaks have been caught. Gryphons are only leading by 1. Just to the side. Oh, beautiful jump by side effects to keep it in orange, and this one could be a shot. Denied by the defense, and now Sykes in the transition. Justina from the corner, from the heaven, from the top rope, will try to put it in the middle of the pitch. Is there a follow-up shot that could have been a play to get the insurance instead? This gives up possession to the Knights. Again, looking to tie us up. Unable though to find any windows of opportunity, and you get 1 or 2 touches, you're already giving the ball back to Gryphons. That's going to be a sign of things to come. What a call off here by side effects in the box. Entering the second half, still leading by 1.
West Essex Knights trying to keep possession, but that's a demo, and Shootback's going to miss here. Justina looking like the playmaker to me, at least. She misses out here on the challenge as it falls back to side effects, goes sideways. Shootback and side effects both following this one. Nice dunk here on Sykes, but enough players back for West Essex Knights to deal with this. Still a 1-0 game as Curving Jester goes infield, looking for big request, looking for either of his two teammates. Finds one, but it ricochets away.
I do want to say we broke the interview curse. But
oh!
I have to wonder who is going to come out on top now that we have no questions to ask. Shootback, though, has a lot to say still. What a pass by Justina. What a shot by Shootback.
Is too fast to intercept and too fast to react to. Gryphons there taking flight with a second goal in a very topsy-turvy game. West Essex Knight could easily have a goal of their own as Sykes sells himself a little too short. I wonder where there was just perhaps a little nervousness there on that controller pad, pressing that X before he was intending to, trying to read when the shot from Shootback was going to arrive. It's a very quick wham bam thank you ma'am situation. 3-0 Gryphons, 2 minutes left.
Oh, the hat trick for Shootback, and I love the hesitation on the shot. You could tell from the corner of his eye that there was somebody flipping towards the save, and just taking that beat before going for something dangerous is enough to send the third one on the board. All 3 thanks to Shootback. It's a huge mountain for the Knights, especially this late in the meeting. 90 seconds to go. Shootback, end of the hour. Half flip and get erased out of the pitch. Request. Long rotation. Long ball as well by the Knights. Give up possession in the process. Great 50 to try and regain it. Maybe a drop down into the box, but nobody there for the follow-up. That's also been a huge issue for the Knights. Miscommunication on the advance has given them a lot of passes, but 0 shots out of them.
Yeah, the Knights are starting to submerge Gryphons' defense under the waves a little bit here. For the first time we were seeing some prolonged drives, but as soon as that gap in the drive appears, Justina, 2 assists, got a goal for herself now. She has been the MVP of game number 1, and that's a 4-0 lead.
4-0 for Nails in that offense to put game 1 to rest. You have to ask though, are the Knights ready to retaliate in game 2? It seems more than likely that game 1 is put to ice, but what can you do in game 2 differently? Consistency, and that's been the C word, the good one for the remainder of the broadcast. Every single time we see issues with the losing team is because they're not consistent. The cleansers are not there, the defense is not there, the offense is lacking as well, and that just spells trouble, not only for how many points are scored against you, but how many points you need to tie it up, and no one has been close to a mounting a comeback. Let's see the Knights prove us wrong.
It is the 3 C's, isn't it? That's a great save away. It's the 3 C's of consistency, communication, and charisma. You've got to have the strong mentals to back up your tactical game. And West Essex Knights just looking to try and get 1 consolation goal here. They're certainly in the right place. Oh, what a bump from Justina. But there is a 3rd shot coming in, and it's going to be stolen away by Curving Jester. I think that Sykes is going to be perhaps a little bit aggrieved here, as that should have been their goal. But hey, it is 1 goal to work with, Mitch. And even if they're not going to win game number 1, they're at least on the board.
Yeah, we have to see the fastest kickoff goals ever. But instead, it's just momentum that you carry to game 2, and Sykes...
He's got one anyway.
yo, chill. Wait. Back-to-back kickoff goals have happened out of pinches. And I must not be insane to be a believer, right? And 4-2 cut the lead in half. I mean, talk about momentum. Let's just stay to reality. Game 2, the Knights is just back to square 1. We don't care who won game 1. We're still in this one. They're feeling good. They're laughing in the comms. I think this is the best case scenario to wrap up game 1.
Sykes has got a bit of heavy machinery on the top of his car there, but there was no excavating a win out of this one. It is still the Gryphons to win. It's the Gryphons to take home. They lead 1-0 in the series, but I couldn't agree with you more. I think that we saw signs from the West Essex Knights that on another day, fortune could have favoured them, but they got to make that late game pressure count now. They have gone 2 goals unanswered, and realistically speaking, getting the opening goal here in game number 2 will do their chances in the series the very best.
Oh boy. I think striking first will be task number 1 for the Knights.
Oh!
But how do you do that if you're playing against Justina?
I mean, how calm and how collected do you have to be to navigate your way through that melee? Justina the playmaker, Justina the difference maker. 1-0 Gryphons.
Oh man, you gotta go back and scratch those C's because...
Oh, surely!
Charisma, oh, hang on, I'm talking, Sykes. What's going on? Tie us up just like that. I love it, but I was gonna do a big joke on your triple C's, Relic.
Don't want to speak too soon. We got a series on our hands. 1-1.
Oh, yes.
Immediately, they are able to peg the Gryphons back here. West Essex Knights, though. Oh, they're going to lose a kickoff goal of their own. And it's Justina again. She can't stop scoring.
All right, I can go back to make my comment. Triple C's, what did you say? Charisma and charming, what was there? What was the second and third C? You said something with triple C's. Cool, calm, collected, says Justina with a double reset in the kickoff goal. Take the lead, retake the lead. It's 2-1 for the Gryphons. This early already, the Knights, though. I have a lot to say about this. Again, momentum carried over from the end of game 1 onto game 2. Already showing for West Essex.
Communication, consistency, and charisma. And Justina, oh my word, charisma in spades!
Oh, it's the 6 C's out of Justina. The Hattie, the first bit of regulation. Are you kidding me? The double, the flip reset, the kickoff goal. Checking all the boxes. It always comes in 3s.
Our version of the first half hat trick is the first minute hat trick, and that is something that Justina has been able to put together. This young lady striding more like a queen in this series, as that's a save away now. She can really do it all up to the ceiling. His side effects, misses the ball. Shoot back, gonna rescue his teammate here. Justine around the corner, and that would have been perfect if we'd seen Shoot back continuing that run. Didn't, and thus we shall remain at 3-1 rather than 4-1. Oh, wow. It was soon to be 3-2, but guess who was on hand again?
You have to be kidding me. He both left at all with that save, and it's a beautiful rainbow to make contact with the ball. Great 50 out of the offense. Shootback will have to come in and steal it because it's enough of the Justina show. Oh, what a dunk to get the assist.
She might not be scoring, but that's still a 100% goal participation. Managed to get the assist on this one. Oh my word, what a pop-off game. And there's still 3.5 minutes left to run of it. The West Essex Knights have been blown. I mean, we were talking about those waves earlier, Mitch. They've been blown clean out of the water, but the good news for them at least is that they still have time to find goals of their own.
Oh man, and this must stay.
Oh!
If you're the Knights, double save though, to be proud of the Gryphons. Unable to find the 5th one. It must sting to be the Knights because you were playing your best game so far, and if it wasn't for Christina peeking and sound effects assisting, and everybody in their mama playing on point. 5-1 Gryphons. It will be a different story instead.
Shoot back.
It's just Gryphons seeking their 2nd victory in a row.
The first goal that Justina's not been involved in, but when she isn't involved, Shootback is ready to get himself right in and amongst the rough himself. Oh, what a bump on the keeper and a great pick from his teammate there coming in to make it 5-1. And this is the best quality squad that we have seen all day, Mitch. Bar none. My goodness, these three are vibing.
Justina, shut it. Sad face in chat. Are you kidding me? Earlier said, this was my game. You don't say. No kidding. 5-1. Participating in 4 out of the 5.
Oh!
And now the save game also on point. At the second.
No! No!
Oh, shoot back! Get out of the way! Shoot back! What are you doing? Shoot back!
The Cook's a pinch! And it is one heck of a pinch! And then the drop down, the cherry pick! That's RLCS level shenanigans! What on earth?
You know, shoot back. That was great. I gotta say, like, it was intense. It was great to find the angle to get the job done. But come on, man, you had to go in as a cutter. You did not have to touch it. No defender behind. I get it. Heat of the moment. You don't know what's happening around, especially on the opposite end of the pitch. But you have to give it a try. You have to let the one slip by and hopefully comes in, because that would have been literally HSEL fall major. Single game performance out of just, big number 1. Oh, not another one on stage. The skirt show still coming on about 61. I smell Brasilia, but I really don't care. Justina just putting on a show.
She is going to hit 1,000 points after this game. No doubts about that. Still 90 seconds left to run. West Essex Knights. They don't know what has just hit them. It's been one of those games where everything comes together, and even that looks like a goal. That looks like a goal, and it's not, because the opportunity is snuffed before the shot is even launched away. They managed to stop Justina at the midfield line. There's a demo here. Sykes is able to navigate his way around 1. Helped onwards. Sykes is going to go up to try and follow this, but it's a miss. It's another miss, and it allows the Gryphons defense to saunter out here. 60 seconds left.
No. And I completely agree. They don't know what hit them. And the thing is that you're supposed to be proud right now of your improvement from games 1 to 2. The Knights still should be proud of what they've accomplished. It's just that the Gryphons did not have to go that hard. They did not have to peak for the longest. Now a demo from the back and Sykes, who be the Gryphons' worst enemy. Sykes will sing the second one. 4 to go in 40 seconds. Pretty doable, but when Gryphons is peaking, it's gonna be the toughest, the Everest to climb this late in the meeting.
A goal every 10 seconds. You're right in saying it's not impossible. Generally, when it comes to kickoff scenarios, you can find yourself with a goal within 5, but that 5 seconds has already elapsed. Such is the way things go in Rocket League. That's going to fall down. It's a wall. Oh, Sykes was expecting a touch there, was expecting to find the dunk, not a miss from his opponent, and so that one really just comes crashing down. Curving Jester, waiting, but waiting a little too long, navigating his way through the midfield. That's big request, but that's a great touch away by Justina just to kill off the problem. Shoot back into his own D. That's a shot from Sykes, high wide, not at all handsome. Look, it's a runaway game. It is one of those spectaculars where if you're the West Essex Knights, you've just got to sit back and applaud. I think we've seen one of the best goals of the entire season, Mitch, and Gryphons well deserving 2-0 victors in the series now.
Yeah, remember my theory? You either lose the game or you win it. The Knights did not do anything to lose that one. They actually played to perfection, and they were ready to take it home and bring us to a tight series. Instead, the Gryphons were just that better. You have to be one step ahead of the opposition, and the Gryphons were like 8 or 9 in its entirety. The saves, are you kidding me? The shots to put them on target, the Cookshire pinch, and almost win the distance.
Oh my
Instead it was a Razorback. If you do that time and time again, I don't doubt you're gonna best the Knights. I do think they're gonna steal one game out of you. The Gryphons though on the rhythm, and I'm pretty certain that the comps were as chill as they could get. They were not thrilled or phased by what they were doing. Ooh. That was just routine, another day at the office. This one could be the first one for the Gryphons. Cleared away by the defense, but still on a rhythm from game 2.
His curving Jester just seen his teammate demoed up ahead. And Shootback's going to turn around and win the challenge over him as well with little boost. Not much that they could do. Shootback infield looking for Justina. And you could see that the threat of Justina definitely on the minds of the West Essex Knights who've been able to... Oh no! They ran away! It was an open net, but Mitch, as the old cliche goes, they're the most difficult ones to score.
Oh man, and you forgive when you get scored on, and here comes side effects to prove me right instead. Just a clearance out.
Oh, 1v1?
One get past two, enough to put it in. Big request will make amends. 1-0 first lead for the Knights.
Yeah, they deserve that individual 1v1 play. Not easy to get past Justina, as we've seen on this particular occasion. And the West Essex Knights, for the first time in this series, they've got themselves a lead. Now can they hold on to it? No doubt the pressure from Gryphons will be extraordinary.
Jester, dreaming of taking one game out of the Gryphons in this corner. Won't be the case from the heavens. Here comes the captain. Oh, captain, to take it 80 yards, but now it'll be D9 and his shoot back, who tries to clean up after losing that possession from the heavens. What an interception to put this one away. The tiki-taka play with the double, almost for the sink down. Justina was trying to finish, but another save out of the Knights, and this one could be another runaway goal. Jester looking for the dunk, unable to find the angle. 3 minutes on the clock, but this is also the best performance from the Knights. Not only great offensively, but holding the defense accountable for whatever the Gryphons throw at them.
They need another goal though, Mitch, I'm telling you. They need another goal. They need another goal, because I feel like Gryphons are guaranteed one at this rate. Both teams playing to such a high caliber. That's flashing across the net, well defended. And Shootback completely misses this one, but Justina just keeps the ball alive in a dangerous area, finds its way to herself. Oh my goodness.
Oh, unassisted. You stepped to me. How about that? Nobody caught up the passing lane, and who was on the other end? Oh, it's me again, Justina, to bring us to a tight ball game. One apiece. Half the game remaining. The Knights are stunned this inning game 3.
Yo, Justina, have you ever considered taking part in WCB? I mean, seriously, this is an inspired performance, and just like that, side effect sees a way through what was a bit of a messy situation, gets the shot on target, and West Essex Knights, well, that lead, that is far in the memory as we pass half-time. Gryphons have wrestled it away from you.
No, it just happened in shades of game 2. Justina double flip reset, and then the kickoff goal to take the series lead back, the game lead back, and now side effects not falling behind the Knight off of the backboard and out. The Knight still looking to keep it close, but the offense and defense of the Gryphons have awoken, baby. The Knights ready to take another one to their name. It's just that the offense is not clicking anymore. Or once was, it's not anymore. This one could have been an opportunity straight to the goalie. Clearance by the defense.
Don't blame big requests there. It's always it's easier than you think it is to shoot that with power, and for it to hit woodwork rather than what you ultimately want is just to guarantee the goal underneath the crossbar. 95 seconds left now. Still a 1-goal game. But a demo here allows Shootback, and it's a bump between teammates here. Shootback back on the ball. As we see all three defenders ahead of us here, the West Essex Knights keep it close to their chest. Remains in the corner. Nicely done here from Curving Jester. Perhaps a little bit too early with his shot, forcing the defender to make a clearance, his big request. And loses control. That's heading towards the net. That's heading towards 3-1. And that might just be some daylight that the Gryphons will take all the way home.
Yeah, missile out of Justina. Are you even surprised anymore? The Knights overly pushed, not ready for that monster clear, especially when it goes on target. Gryphons create some insurance and separation. The 107 on the clock, it was definitely necessary. West Essex though still have a chance.
Oh, side effect. He's got big request to beat, does so! And he beats a second defender as well. 101 left on the clock, and that might be game. Not in the series, of course. Still one more to go on that front.
Now the best of 7 is helping the Knights because they've definitely adjusted to what the Gryphons do, but I'm not too sure though if it'll even work when you go to game 4. They're just that quick, that on the same page. And the Knights, as soon as they adjust, it seems like the Gryphons just shake the dice and come up with a new strategy that pays off the same as the previous one. 41 is a prime example of it.
I've been shook, Mitch. I have been shook. Justina, they're a guy. Gamer tags, my friends, they are fickle. You never know who is what in this universe anymore, so I'll take on for the team. I apologize, my dude. You're still playing great, and if you were a woman, you'd boss women's cardball, I'm absolutely sure. But in any case, you're bossing this match. That's the important thing. West Essex Knights. I hope that they don't get swept away, Mitch. I hope that they don't get swept away because they don't deserve to be swept away. It's just how well Gryphons are playing. They are relentless, unrelenting, and in their form that they are right now, I wouldn't be surprised at a sweep.
Yeah, we're 5 minutes away, one more score than the opposition from that being our reality. I want to see more Justina though because they definitely put on a show and taking names and are not taking prisoners. This one to the middle of the pitch. And again, Lumineer NRG is sparring Justina. What a 50 though, just outside the box by shoot back. And despite the Knights scoring first, they're unable to get something going for the remainder of the series. They have a hot start that quickly fizzles out, and shoot back is trying to flip the sides of the script, maybe get something going. Justina will get the Knight the dunk, and now in the first minute of regulation, seems like it's the closest game we've seen so far.
Oh my
what
word.
a drop on my side effects. The assist was gonna be there, but the shot just a little off target. Justina with a pre-jump slows it down to a crawl. The offense that will get denied. And now the Knights back trying to form an offense.
I like slowing it down though. I like slowing it down because you are forcing Gryphons onto the offensive when they've been quite happy to wait challenges out themselves, and they're willing to exert some mechanical gloriness onto the pitch. We can see potentially some mechanical gloriness here from Sykes. It doesn't come to anything, and shoot back. A little bit of a heavy touch, doesn't cost him too much. Side effects. Gonna try this again here. Flip reset. It hits the backboard. Here's Justina, and not able to dunk it towards the net. It's more towards that backboard yet again. West Essex Knights survive.
I just realized that the walls from the Rocket League maps resemble soccer balls, patches or whatever they're called. And with that random thought of the day, Justina still hasn't scored. I think this is the longest we've gone in the series without either side of putting on a goal on the board, and hopefully benefits the Knights. Not because I hate Justina, thank you for being in chat, but I want to see one go to 5, and hopefully this is the one that does so. Justina back pass. That shows the confidence in your squad. Side effects, the captain will take it towards the sky, the heaven, the top. Rope denied by a double commit, but not Justina. Has the real estate to shine. What a dunk to open up the board, and Justina does it in Justina fashion. Look
at how he positions this car here. It's perfect. It's perfect. He's got the underside of his carriage facing upwards, and therefore, with a challenge that's going at a more upward angle, that ball's only heading one way, and that's down. And unfortunately, the West Essex Knights, the only way they're looking now, it seems, is down. Such a simple kickoff, shoot back immediately onto that like a whip hit. 2-0, not impossible for the West Essex Knights. And I am going to disagree with you slightly on a point you made earlier, Mitch. I don't think that they've necessarily fizzled out in each game, the Knights. I mean, remember, back in game number 1, they scored the last 2 goals of that first game. And then it's Gryphons taking control yet again. I think it's just that the West Essex Knights, their good moments have come in fits and starts. Gryphons are playing well for 5 minutes. And that is a huge world of difference in the world of Rocket League.
Yeah, most definitely. And getting rewarded with the sweep, at least so far. 2 minutes to go. The Knights, though, they do have a huge problem. Whenever they get scored, the follow-up kickoff is always a nightmare, whether it's just giving up possession or immediately getting scored for a 2-goal lead. This one will be the third one on the board. Justina just freestyles groundedly all the way to the scoreline. Kirby Jester, nothing to do but just jump to avoid the terrible fate ahead of him. 3-0, 2 minutes to go.
Hey, Bisons, that's how you chase a ball as 3 players. Because they were passing, it was almost like micro passes in a little collective moving towards the goal. The West Essex Knights didn't know who was going to end up with the shot. Risky strategy? Yes, but that is how you do it, and that's at least how you get 1 goal back. A complete miscommunication here from the rotation on the way back in. It's ultimately Justina who gets a little bit tangled up with their own shoelaces. Sykes puts it away. Still a competitive game to be run here. 97 seconds on the clock. 2 goals to find.
It could have been anybody's goal now that I think about it. Request, Sykes, and Jester were all there. The triple commit to finish the job. And in 90 seconds on a 2-goal lead. It's everything you could have hoped for after trailing by 3. The Knights, though, is to get this one out of their own half. Clearance that goes directly to another attacker. And now, from the corner, we'll try to look. Not for the pass, for the clip. The shot, though, will be wide. This is an open net. It's a huge opportunity.
Oh, yes!
Oh,
what a way!
By Gryphons! What a way to survive! That could have been the one to kickstart. The comeback instead is just the save. And now, transition into offense. How the heck did the Knights not score?
Here's another saying. They did 90% of that correctly. It was just the final 10% that they failed at. Well, we just saw 99% done correctly. And they still couldn't score right down the other end. Justina, I believe that might very well be the dagger into the neck here. West Essex Knights, you got to feel for them. They have played so well. But the Gryphons are just on another planet today.
Was that a pun, the 90% on the Knights? 90? That should be great on paper. And I heard it and I'm like, well, that sounds revolutionary for copywriters around the world. 30 ticks to go. The Gryphons are just that shy of finishing the sweep. The third one of the day, and despite all of the lineups, dunk on your own teammate will keep the doctor away. Despite all of our matchups being tied up record-wise, all of them are 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds away from finishing on best of 7 sweeps. The Gryphons will be staying undefeated, moving on to 3-0, as the Knights will be handed their first L of the season. 2-1, still in a positive record.
The Gryphons are calling an ambulance, but it's not for them. The West Essex Knights, the most undeserving team that has been swept in the HSEL that I've seen in my 3 years commentating on this league. Undoubtedly. Yeah. How they have not come out of that series with a game is, quite frankly, it's an injustice, Mitch. It's an injustice. But look, Gryphons are one of those teams which you look at them and you think they're going to be in the conversation for playoffs and the grand final by the end of the season.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if these two teams meet again later in the season, because they're just that evenly matched, but somehow, somewhere, the Gryphons just took 4 in a row. And I think this is a huge conversation in RLCS. The Gryphons ceiling and the Gryphons, what's the bottom floor? There's a huge difference there, but I don't think that the Knights were that far away from what Gryphons performed at their peak. It's just that tonight was not the night. The Knights need to find a way to stay that consistent throughout the series, and like you said, it's not like they fizzled out. It's just that the Gryphons were that consistent. Were things to change, no wonder they're the 8 team for their school, but were things to change, I think this one could go the distance. It's just the Knights need to tweak things here or there, and then we have a series in our hands.
The greatest compliment I can give to the Knights is we saw a goal scored against them that wasn't just RLCS caliber, it was world-class caliber. That cooks a pinch, the amount of power generated from that pinch against the wall, and then for the cherry pick as well, because that was hitting the crossbar. I have no doubt about that. That was hitting the crossbar and going out. But no, there was a fine. I think it was hitting the crossbar just about. Like, it would have bounced down and out. To have that cherry pick as well, just to help it on target, even if it had been going on target, just to help confirm, to make sure that that was going in. That's wonderful communication. I know that chat's going and talking about synergy and stuff. You're right. Ranks do matter to a certain extent because it does give you an overall idea of the mechanical capabilities of players. But I'll look to my own experience on this one in solo queue, Mitch. I have 0 mechanics. I'm awful. I can do aerials. Ask me to do a flip reset, I'm going to walk out the room. But what I was good at was rotations and making sure that I was in position to defend properly. That's what got me to Grand Champ, and that's part of what gets these players higher than perhaps their mechanics would suggest.
Yeah, that's the turbo meta. That's how he got